Hello, everybody. It's God's Girl G, and I am coming out of my, retirement since I got married, and everything's still going great. Yay! To make this video because even though I've not been routinely making videos, I still get emails from people, and what I've found over the last 2 years that I have been responding to the same types of emails, and I get a lot of emails about people seeing the red flag and not doing anything with it, or not sure if it's a red flag or not. So even though I'm married, I want to help the single ladies out there. So if you're a guy and you're watching this, I'm really talking to the single women because that's kind of my perspective of when I was single. Just try to help some things out. And I have a ton of red flags, but I might only talk about a few of them. And I just jotted them down real quick because you guys also said, please make more videos. So that's what I'm trying to do. Okay. So as I say in a lot of my videos, this is my opinion. And this is based upon my experience. And so some of you might have a different experience that you're more than happy to share on your own YouTube channel. All right, so without further ado, I called these pre-dating red flags because dating is when you have agreed to go out with someone on a, so I guess the way I'm defining dating here is that um, it's not when you just agree to go out with someone on maybe one date or two dates. It's when you've routinely gone out on dates with the person. You're not necessarily in a committed relationship. So I'm trying to, we talk a lot about red flags once you're in a relationship, but there's not a lot of out there about what I call pre-dating or pre-relationship red flags, and I'm going to try to address it. But again, this is based upon my experience. Is not based upon anybody else's experience. And again, a lot of the feedback I've been giving lately via email has been talking about these red flags. And for me, sitting there reading your emails, it's obvious that it's a red flag. But sometimes when you are in the situation, you don't really readily see it. So I'm going to try my best to help my sisters out. Okay. So again, not in any particular order, and I've got quite a few here, so like I said, I might not get through them. Some of them I might continue to have a commentary on, some of them I might just go through, so just bear with me. Okay. All right. They flirt with everybody. So I had an email from a lady who she was at this event, and she noticed the gentleman, and quite attractive, but she noticed that he was kind of flirting with everybody, and finally he got to her and he kind of flirted with her, and she was just like, she basically took the bait, and it didn't turn out right because he continued to flirt with other people, and she didn't understand what she had done wrong. She really didn't do anything wrong. She just failed to see the red flag that he really wasn't trying to be serious about anything. He just flirting, so it's a red flag in a standpoint is that if you're looking for something to be concrete, or you've gone out and you think this person might be the one, it's an idea of whether or not how serious that they are about dating. Not about a relationship, but just about dating, because you got some people out there that they just want to hang out, kick it, as you'll hear it say. That's not a bad thing, but I'm just trying to let you know that that's a sign that maybe that person's not looking for a relationship. Okay, so I want to put that out there. All right. They lie about obvious things. Okay, so you're at another social event and you see somebody, and maybe they're sitting down at the table or whatever, and y'all just so happen to, there was a friend sitting next to him that you knew, and you plop right down, and all of a sudden y'all started talking, and he starts saying, yeah, I'm 5'6", and I'm a pretty tall dude and stuff, and then y'all get to stand up, and you 5'6", and he's shorter than you. That's lying about the obvious. So ladies, I don't care how good he comes off initially. If he's lying about obvious things that you see that's a lie, don't, please just move on. Move on. All right. Sometimes you know of people because of your interactions on Facebook. Ladies, if he commenting all the women's pages that got bikinis on and stuff like that, or lewd stuff, he probably ain't serious. Serious. It's just a red flag. Just wanted to point that one out. Seemed like that was an obvious one, but I got a lot of that in email, and then they later are hurt because the guy didn't take them seriously or wasn't interested. And again, there's nothing wrong with dating casually, going out and having a good time, but when you start looking at, is this person serious, there's some signs it's obvious that the person's not looking for anything serious. Okay. He was not interested in you initially, but because you didn't take the bait of his flirts and falling for his charm, he now decides to pursue you. That's because you're a challenge. In a minute he gets you paying attention to him, he's bye-bye. That's a sign too, when all of a sudden he wasn't interested in you and you start ignoring, and all of a sudden here he come. Don't take the bait. Move, leave, because if a man is interested in you, he is interested in you, period. He don't have to put any baits out there or anything like that. If he's interested, he's interested. All right. He just got out of a relationship. I don't think I need to say anything else about that. People need time to heal. Okay, moving on. He just had a baby. Like the baby 1 month old, 2 month old. Yeah. He need time to kind of marinate on that thought of being a dad, whether it's a new dad or an existing dad with a new child. All right. He's a little too private. Now, this is a big red flag where he doesn't want to see anybody seeing you guys talk. What he trying to hide? That's a sign. That's a sign. Red alert, danger. That means he's probably got somebody else on the side, or he just playing you along. And he just trying to make sure he don't mess up his game. All right. If you can't read his signs of whether or not he's interested in you, chances are he's not interested in you. And ladies, that's not the guy's fault. This is women. This is what we do. We try to act like something is there and it's not. Ladies, a guy will let you know if they're interested. They really will. They will let you know if they're interested. Period. End of discussion. Don't put more into it than what is already there. He makes fun of you. So even if you're casually hanging out with friends and stuff like that, or even if you just met him, like you're at some type of social event, he'll like, oh, what you got on? What's that? You come, He's starting off wrong. Wrong. He pushed the wrong button. That ain't it. Move on. That ain't the one. All right. He talks all the time. So that means he talks all the time about himself. You can't even get a word in edgewise. He's always telling you about his business, the new business he's starting, or work, and you can't get a word in edgewise. He's just, that to me, that's a sign of a very selfish person. And he's really not interested in hearing about you, because a man that's interested in you, they'll want to know who you are and they'll want to ask those questions. Okay? And here's the last one that I have, and I guess I did go through all of them. You feel humbled or honored that he even talked to you. Now, some of y'all are like, now, GodsGirlG, why in the world would you say that? Okay, here's really what I'm saying. It's a sign or an indication when you feel like that, your self-esteem is really low, and you really shouldn't be getting in relationships like that. When you feel humbled and honored that he even talked to you, that tells me that you don't esteem yourself highly enough of even being worth it, or even value yourself enough to be able to get someone that you feel is a good catch. So that's a sign that you need some more self-love, and you need to work on you. That ain't got nothing to do with him. That's got everything to do with you. And ladies, you got to know what you're made of and know what your worth is, so that, you stop settling. And if you go back, I had a couple of videos, I think a couple of years ago, that talked about not settling and making sure that you know that you're worth it. You're worth the love of a good man. And there are many good men out there. You are worth that love. And so until you recognize that, then you're going to end up falling for some of these red flags. So I hope that helped you guys with some of that, and it might lessen some of the emails that I get. So this is GodsGirlG signing out. I don't know when I'm going to be making another video, y'all. So anyway, if you have any other questions, It's GodsGirlG at gmail.com. Thanks.